come and chat with you guys. So let me proudly introduce you to Van Life with Gina.
What's up, Buttercup?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. It's kind of hot here today. We're in the middle of a heat wave. Supposed to be hottest part of. It's supposed to be the next 7 days temperatures that are record breaking. So
wow,
that'll be over 105 if it's true.
Oh, and every time I talk to you, it is hot there. Where are you again?
I'm in Southern Oregon, not too far from the California border, and usually it's not this hot. And usually we have more rain, but now we're in a high fire danger because of no rain and the high winds and humidity's not good. And so definitely high fire danger.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because you had to deal with an awful lot of smoke before.
Yes, it's just now cleared up here from the California fires. It was pretty bad for a few days.
Hey, Gina, look at this. You are with me for my first raid ever. Woo!
Love you, Roy and Becky. That's awesome.
Rock.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much.
Was this a clothing optional raid, Roy and Becky?
Oh, we didn't ask. Roy? I don't know, which one of them should we ask, Gina? Roy or Becky? Which one's a for bet?
Becky's the wild one, so I don't know.
Then I'm asking Roy. Well, no, I guess if everybody else is naked, that's okay. I can handle that.
Yeah.
Chasing America is so excited for this live. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. Just got out of the storm closet. They had tornadoes in their area. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Wow.
Well, here's our response. Either. Gina, which is it? Do they have to be clothed or unclothed for this? Well,
you guys are in the comforts of your own RV. You can be any way you want to be. I say all out, dance around naked. That's what I say. Hello, Victoria May Wallace.
I'm so happy you're here, Gina. You just make my day so much brighter. Victoria May Wallace, thanks so much for coming out and joining in. Yeah, we got a little bit of laughter in the background there, hey?
That's all good.
So yeah, you and I started as Facebook friends. I don't even know how we managed that. And then it took how long before we even realized, we both have channels.
I think we were friends almost a year before we realized that we both had channels. Because you said, you have a channel? And I was like, you have a channel? Yeah. So yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Wow, time just goes so fast. Yeah, I think it's been about 6 weeks that we've really, connected, right? And that's been great. And then, then I met Bob through you and meant to be RVing. Hello, folks. I don't even know why I'm nice to this lady. She arrested me. I don't know how many of you guys caught that on meant to be RVing. Was that a Friday or Saturday night?
That was a Saturday one. I think the jail one was on a Saturday.
Yeah, so you were the deputy and you arrested me.
I did, for breaking the heart of another YouTuber. She left him stranded at the airport. Now, he may have not told her. He just didn't know what country she was in. But,
Yeah, no kidding. That was so funny. He's standing in front of an American flag, and I'm like, ding, 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 I'm Canadian.
Right. I told him, you messed up, brother. You messed up.
It was one of the situations that I was hoping I was guilty.
Right. That was a fun show. I don't
want everyone to go, hell no, she's not breaking anyone's heart.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
That was so much fun. Tornadoes have gotten so bad in our area of Georgia that my mother has a storm shelter installed. We're considering it ourselves, but we're never home. Wow. Right. That is just hard to imagine. I mean, we've had the odd one touch down, but it's always about an hour, 2 hours north of where I live. I'm just kind of off the radar for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm from Oklahoma originally. I was born and raised there. And after that big tornado there, they have you have to have a safe room in your house. Any house built now, new house built has to have a safe room, and it's tornado worthy. It can handle a tornado. It's not very big. It's just done in concrete and rebar and stuff. So I'm not sure how they make it, but every home is required to have that now.
I've never even heard of that before.
Oh yeah, I was in a big tornado there. The one on May 2nd tornado that it flattened. It stayed on the ground 90 miles and flattened part of Moore, Oklahoma, Del City. It ended in Choctaw, right by our house, about a half mile from our house. But yeah, it was pretty scary.
That's very scary stuff.
Hello, ZX2 for me.
I'm glad you pronounced that.
That's my buddy.
Really
That's my
fast.
buddy
Let's
Patrick.
Friends.
He's one of my great mods too. ZX2 for me. I love him.
Van Vita, there's a crowd at the other one you have up. What are we talking about, Bob? Oh, you know what I did today, Gina? So people have said, okay, I listed my show on through StreamYard to go to YouTube, right? And then it seems to put a notification up, the 5 days before that I posted it. But then today I went into YouTube. I thought, oh, I'm going to put it through there. Then maybe they'll get that 30-minute warning.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it still link to the same show?
Yeah, no. You should get the 30-minute warning even if you put it up in 5 days in advance on StreamYard. But if you got one over there, could somebody go over there and tell them that this is where the show's at? This is where the
Thank you, Gina.
This is where the party's at.
Gina to the rescue all the time. Oh, yeah, no. Bob, if you want to fix that for me too. I have 2 shows listed publicly.
Right. They're partying at the empty house right now.
Oh my God, that is too funny. You know what? And that's the thing about learning how to do a live stream. You're doing it live.
Oh yeah, that when I first jumped into this live stream stuff, I was scared to death, and I was lucky that I had 2 channels that really knew what they were doing that put me in there. They didn't throw me to the wolves. They walked me through it. And I was covering for Jerry Holly, which that made it easy. So that brought me a crowd. And so, yeah, it was fun to learn how to do it. Hey, Gracie Seeking Adventure. How are you?
Look how lucky she is, she says. What a doll.
I love her. She lives here in Oregon, too.
Oh, does she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a whole lot of people in here now coming in and meeting and greeting. So whoever went over there to give them the right
Jalelia and Martin, hello. They're from Australia, if I remember right. I haven't known them that long, but
I'm just rolling through here for a second.
Awesome.
Oh, I think I missed some.
Yeah, the houses are rocking now. Look at all these people rolling. Nomadic Rat Pack New Horizons.
I told them there was half the crew in there. But you know what? Anybody that's in there, I think, is going to understand how I screwed that up.
Oh, it's no big deal.
This is part of my charm.
I've done that before, too. I've actually went live, and at the end of my live, I left Roy and Our Epic Adventure live. I snapped out of it. I thought all I had to do was click out. And I left them on my live show, and they're up there in the stream going, well, what are we going to do now? They were running my live. I left the live stream. And so Bob or Meant to Be text me, you need to go back and end your live. I'm like, what? So I get back in there. I tried to figure out how to get back in there. And Roy said, we were holding it up for you. We were holding the ground for you. So.
Papa Drew says, oh, we all were chatting about that Bulls' lives matters and that someday the Bulls will have the rights and will walk alongside of us to the dinner table and share a good steak. See, if you were watching Roy and Becky's channel today, at the very end of his live stream, there was a cow walking around, and so they were zoomed in on that. So that's where that conversation's fun. Right. And when you got Papa Drew involved, that conversation can go anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Nobody can tell me any different.
Timmy Ray says there's 10 in my channel right now. I don't go live, darling, till Thursday.
We raided an empty home. Good thing no one called the cops. I know, right? It's risky business around here. It's so good to see you guys too.
Van Life Rock says he was lost, but now he is found.
Well, you know what? This is the one and only day that will have happened to me. Yes,
I've done it before.
2 links. I think I'm someone special today. Thank you again, you guys, for correcting that for me. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. If I didn't know what I was going to talk about today, We sure started something. RV weekends, we've all done it. Thank you. Thank you. That brings me so much comfort to hear that.
Yes, we've all done it, and we've all done worse. That's the problem.
Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Scott Jacobson Appreciation is here. Who else is new? We got Nomadic Rat Pack. We got Van Life Rocks. Thank you so much for coming in. Timmy Ray the King is here. I'm trying to see who else is new. I got Victoria May Wallace. The World According to Jim. Thank you, buddy, for coming in. That's awesome to see you here. Ari Wenderlust, thank you again. This is the gentleman that made me my free banner for the channel.
I love
I
your
just
banner.
went on to his. Have you done that with him yet?
No, I did my own, but I love your banner. I really like your banner.
Well, he did a live where he created it, and I popped in on his live.
Nice.
Said a couple things that I wanted. He whipped it up. Oh, it was so nice. I really
just did a banner of the inside of my van is what I did.
Yeah. Gracie Seeking Adventures thought you had a pop-up saying you were going live today at 4. That's the 3rd. See, I saw that and didn't read the date.
No, it's on the 3rd at 4 p.m.
And thank you, Van Life Rocks, for dropping Gina's link for me. And if you wouldn't mind doing that throughout the show, that would be fantastic. I so appreciate all of your help here.
You got 20 in the house, girl. You rocking it.
I know. This is like insane. I'm like, okay, how do I manage to do a nice interview with you? Because I'm so thankful that you're here.
I'm glad to be here. I'm honored.
But to still read all the comments, it's like I missed someone because someone said hello to Lucky Dog production moderator. So hello, but I didn't see where you popped in. Jeez. Highland Homestead's here. There, I think I'm caught up. I'm caught up.
You guys be sure and share this out. Let's rock our house today.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
Somebody's got to take care of me today. My God. Oh, my goodness. Shannon Craft, you're here too. Thank you.
Timmy Ray. Timmy Ray, the date, though, you got to look at the date, brother. The date is 9/3, not today. Today is the 1st.
Yeah.
And
you know, I made that same mistake too, because I contacted Gina today and said, oh, well, I see you're on an hour before me. So if you're a little late, I'll just keep going. And then I went and looked at it again. Wrong day.
Mr. Bree says, don't mess with Gina. She'll find you and take your boost. Might possibly do that.
Well, I better stock up then, because I want to keep her around for a while, you guys. Strong's Adventures, it's so nice to see you in here. You guys, this is the most I've ever had on a live so far. I'm only a week and a half in.
You're up in the house, baby. 24. There you go.
Awesome. Papa Drew's in here. Yeah, this is so great. So, Gina, how did you start all of this?
How did I start van life? Well, I started van life due to most of these guys know the story, but I'll shorten it up a little bit. I got sick a few years ago with my heart. I was a caregiver, and I got real sick. One day at work, I was walking down the hall, and I walked into a room to take care of somebody, and the aide that was helping me said, "You're blue. Your lips are blue." And I knew something was wrong, and that's a sign of a heart attack. And so I went and sat down and got taken to the hospital. Several hospitals. I stayed in the hospital a week that time and went back to work as soon as I got out. And then I ended up back in the hospital, and they said only 25% of your heart works. So you need to make a decision to change your life. And so I did. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I didn't drink much. Every once in a while I have a beer or whatever, but I smoked a lot of cigarettes, and I didn't eat right. And they told me that you need to quit smoking. We can't help you. We cannot give you a pacemaker because your heart is only 25% extraction fraction. I think that's what it's called.
Wow.
Anyway, so I laid in bed for like a week, thinking I was just going to die. I was ready to die. I felt like I was going to die, and had no energy because I wasn't getting oxygen throughout my body. My kidneys weren't working right. And so I happened to be I flipped on YouTube. I didn't have a YouTube account. Never, I didn't even have a YouTube account. I flip on YouTube and I see Van City Van Life. Not only is he cute, I think he's a doll, but he spoke to me
Shout
in a
out to
way.
all the Chrome fans.
Yeah, Chrome fan. He spoke to me. Box Van D was another one I found that spoke to me, and they wasn't talking to me, but I felt like they were talking to me. And he, he said, at one of his videos, he goes, "You can do this. You can do this." And I just fell in love with that minimal, having nothing, because I had nothing anyway. I was living in an apartment, sticks and bricks, in a bad part of town, the ghetto, and working to pay my rent. It's all I was getting done, and I didn't even own a car, so just watching those videos for the week that I laid there, I'm thinking, you know what, I can do this. At this time, I applied for my Social Security or disability. And they told me at the hospital also that if you can get your heart to working 30%, we'll give you a pacemaker. And I'm like, okay. So all that in my head, I'm watching these guys on YouTube saying, you can do this, you can do this. And then I start going to the YMCA. And there I go in the mornings when the older folk there like me, and they'd be, so then I was social again. I was out either at home at work all the time, but then when I got sick, I was taken away from work. And I was used to helping people all the time and being a part of people's lives. I took care of Alzheimer's residents. And so I go to the Y, and I'm talking to these folks, and I start swimming with them. I swim really slow, back and forth the pool. And every day, I swam every day for 4 or 5 hours a day. I'd swim for an hour, get out, swim for an hour, get out. And I got up to 1,200 meters a day. So it came time to go back and check my heart rate. Well, what my heart was extracting at that point. And during this time, too, I quit eating boxed food. I quit eating canned food. And I only ate fresh vegetables, meats, and juice or water. I took everything else away. I dropped sodas. I was drinking a 6-pack of Pepsi a day probably when I got sick. And I took all that away. I swam every day, and so it came time to see if I was getting anywhere. And the whole time, I was scared I was going to die, because he told me that the left side of my heart don't work, and those electrodes in there, they'll just start bouncing, and that'll cause a heart attack. So I'd swim really slow, I wouldn't get too excited about anything. And so they they test me, and they said, well, your heart's working at 35%, so we'll give you a pacemaker. Well, during all this months of trying to get all this done, I get my disability. I find a step van, and I was ready to go after that. I mean, I built the inside out the way I wanted it. I had a little help doing that, and I remember the day I moved my last stuff out of the house, moved into the van. I wasn't sure where I was going to go, what I was going to do, but all I could remember was Crumb saying, "You can do this. You can do this." And so it took me there. It took me to. I felt the weight lifted off of me, and I haven't looked back. So,
wow, Gina, thanks so much for sharing that. I mean,
no problem.
I think if someone told me that was going on with my heart, I would have such panic attacks that I would create a heart attack.
I was pretty freaked out when they told me. I was laying in the hospital bed, and I seen black. I just and when I went home, I was kind of ready to give up. I truly didn't think I could turn it around. And I still want to lose more weight, and I still want to keep going in that, because I have congestive heart failure on top of it. So that's water around the heart and the lungs and stuff. And so it's like, I still watch what I eat. I'm trying to lose more weight and keep going. It's definitely, van life has made me healthier.
That is awesome.
In the long run. Everybody thinks it's more stressful, but really it's not, because I can jump right up in there and turn the key over and go where I want. I mean, I gotta get my tires put on. But I can still go anywhere. If I wasn't comfortable here, I could park somewhere else. And that is the joy to it. To me, it saved my life.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, right? In more ways than one. And then, that's pretty much what it did for me.
Wow. Well, we're going to lighten this up a bit. Oh my goodness, I can't believe the stuff you lived through. And now you can do anything that you want. Strong's Adventure says, hey, Van Life with Gina, what is the coolest place you've ever visited?
Crater Lake. Crater Lake here in Oregon. There's no place like it. When you look at it, it don't look real. I've taken pictures of it, and it looks like it's painted. It's so blue. I've never seen water like that. You can't swim it or anything, but it's just it's you can tell it's God made. I mean, it's just perfect. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Wow. Well, if I make it out there, if those dang borders ever open, you're going to give me the tour, right?
That's right. You can come here and we're going to go to courtside if you get down here, girl.
Blackstones have been coming up in the chat, and you have one. Now, your channel shows a lot of your new cooking, your healthy cooking on this Blackstone. Yep. I don't have one. Why would I want to buy one?
Why would you want to buy a Blackstone?
Yeah.
Man, there's no pans to wash after it.
You just sold me right there.
I've cooked stuffed mushrooms on it. I've cooked all kinds of different foods on it. I have a little percolator. I put that on there and make my coffee with it. And all you do is just scrape it down and wipe it off. You know, that's all there is to it. It's just like a giant cast iron skillet.
Okay, so how do you clean it then? Like, do you spray something on it, or?
Well, when I'm done cooking, I scrape it down with the spatula. And then I have it turned off, but then I just take a damp rag and just wipe it. That's how I've done it. I don't know what the proper way is, but that's what I do. And I cook on it the next time.
Highland Homestead's like, we love you, Gina. Hugs. I don't know if you're catching some of this. We got Chasing America's like, Gina's a true inspiration to so many. And you were to me before I even knew your backstory.
Thank you so much.
Van Life Rocks, throwing the love for you there, right?
Love you, brother.
Like, hello, artsy dude. Hello, my friend. Like, you say a lot of people have heard this, but, not everybody has.
No.
And that's a big thing to be able to share that.
It was a big thing to me to be able to say it out loud that Van City Van Life and Box Van D, Maddie Van Halen, all those people in the beginning, before I ever started YouTube, I had to get an account so I could comment on them. Is like, they kind of saved my life in a sense. They gave me a reason. They made me see that I had a reason that I could do this. So, thank you, Jaleel Martin. Thank you.
That is so nice. Hello, Family Travel and Excursions. So nice to see you here.
You rocking it, girl. You got 27 up in this joint right now. Awesome.
No way. Mr. Breeze says, no pans to wash. Yes.
I'm telling you, Mr. Breeze, the Blackstone is the way to go. Mel Nettie for Living Free Zip Codeless sent me that for my birthday. Thank you, Mel Nettie. It was one of the coolest gifts I've ever got.
She's a really nice lady,
too. She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
Just so genuine.
Yeah.
Camping Therapy asks, isn't it more heart healthy to use a grill and the grease strips away from the food?
The grease does drip away from the food. It tilts kind of to the back to a pan and it goes away. And I don't cook anything that's really greasy. I use avocado oil if I need to put something on it. And I cook, I cook a lot of beef and vegetables, chicken and vegetables. And I only use Mrs. Dash. So yeah, I cook everything on it.
Well, apparently it's getting Gracie seeking adventures drooling.
There you go. I love Gracie.
Oh my goodness. Nomadic Rat Pack says, we saw Gina's last cooking session on the Blackstone with the percolator on it. Okay, what?
Yep, my percolator, I have like an old style. The handles broke off of it. It's a little percolator. You just unscrew the top part, put coffee in the little holder, water in the bottom, and I set it on there, and it heats it up and makes my coffee.
Meant to be RVing, thank you so much for being in here.
What's up,
she
meant
was
to
another
be?
One of those participants in my arrest. It was so much fun. It really was. You guys need to check Meant to Be RVing out on Friday and Saturday nights. Oh my God. That is just hilarious. And there's so many creators up there.
It's a place of being around the campfire and hanging out. We were just talking about that today. It's like, man, that's the way to go. If I was going out on a date, I'd say, well, let's take a date to YouTube and sit at the campfire, It's that much fun.
Right?
I love it. Right? That's
that
what
would
I'm
work
saying.
in Canada when it's cold.
That's right. That's right.
See, everybody here has been watching your channel. My goodness, look at you.
I love all these guys here.
Papa Joe uses coconut oil.
Coconut oil is good too. I use that too sometimes.
Yeah.
I use olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil.
We'll catch you later, Scott. Thanks for popping in. Wow, you know, honest to goodness, Gina, having this many people in here, like nursing our travel bug, I saw that they popped in earlier, but I didn't get a chance to like pull it up. It's hard to learn that.
You got
rhythm.
29. You got 29 in here now, darling. You rocking it. Awesome.
Dreams are coming true in this ambulance.
Awesome.
No, that's awesome. I sure appreciate everybody's support coming out here and checking it out. There's my girl right there.
Hello, Amy.
Yeah, she's my sweetheart. Wow. Just wow. I'm overwhelmed. This is so fantastic to have so many people here. It's like, it's throwing me off.
You deserve it. You're a great channel, you guys. I'm telling you, if you don't know Van Vita, if you came here because of me, get to know her. Awesome channel. She does great interviews.
Oh, thank you
and
so
much. And she's got a cool ambulance.
Yeah. You know what? I still haven't done a tour for it yet. Because I feel like I'm a little bit better at the live streams than I am my video editing. And anyone that's seen my stuff will definitely agree.
Right.
But fingers crossed, it's in the works.
There you go.
Van City Van Life's doing my ambulance tour. So I'm going to wait until he gets out here. So that, oh my God, you guys, that's going to be so exciting.
Thrash Metal and Fun asked me, do I like rock? Yes, I like rock. Yes.
Does she like rock? You need to check out this girl's channel.
I love rock and roll, dude. I play guitar too. I seen you playing on your videos. You rock, man.
Yeah. She rocks. Do the tour. Oh my goodness. So recently you've been working on your whole tire situation, but that's had a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, this community, the RV community is amazing. For my birthday, they all went together and got me tires. But I still had to get some wheels. I had 4 wheels already bought. And so I bought 2 new ones. And then I went to paint my old wheels the other day. And I did a video on a couple of them I painted. And then I got down to the last one and I went to paint it. And I seen it was coined. If you guys don't know what coined is, every other hole is raised or lowered. So every other hole is raised. So I can't use it on my van. So I ordered another one. It'll be here this week. And then I'll get my tires and wheels put on. And then I'm ready to rock and roll.
Wow. Linda Barker's here, but she's being distracted by family. That's
Gotta
okay.
Love
you can
family.
Watch us again, my dear. Well, so have you finally got it all figured out with the tires then?
Oh, yeah. My new wheel, the wheel I'm waiting on to be here next week. And then I go into Tahima Tire. I already priced putting them on. And I'll be there to get them on probably the same day the wheel comes in. Just not sure which day.
Mm-hmm. And then what's your plans, Gina?
I'm going to travel around here a little bit. And just, make sure the van's still running good. I mean, it runs pretty good. And do a couple of things to it that I want to do before I head to Quartzsite. And then I was talking with another friend of mine today about maybe them coming up here, and then we'll travel down the 101 highway to Quartzsite, and I'll probably head to Quartzsite in November. But I'm
so you're gonna go up 2 months early, 2 to 3 months early?
Yeah, and I'll probably go because if I stay here till January, probably get snowed in at the pass here.
That's right.
I'm on this side of the Siskiyous, the north side of the Siskiyous. So, but if you go down the 101 in November, it's a beautiful area. The ocean's beautiful. Not a lot of mountainous areas there that are like going over the Siskiyous. So I'll probably do that route and just travel slow. And so if I go in November, I drive 3 or 4 hours a day or whatever, or every other day or whatever, and get there that way. And just stay at different places. Like, because when you go to the coast from my house, where I'm living out right now, where I'm parked at, you go through the Redwood Forest, which is always beautiful. One of my favorite places to go there too.
Oh yeah, you could take your time and just live it up on that drive.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And that'll be good for a lot of content too, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That would be good for content, because it's hard to keep on my regular videos. It's hard to keep content coming in because I'm not going anywhere really. You know, I mean, there's only so much you can see. I like doing the cleaning the house stuff to practice editing, but there's only so much of that you're gonna want to see. You know, and there's only so much cooking you're gonna want to see. And so the cats kind of keep me some content going, but I want to get some travel content in there.
Well, I think that's hit a lot of creators that are travelers, right?
Yeah.
COVID hit and that just made a huge change. So it's really quite common now to see a lot of people doing live streams. And I tell you, I have become addicted to watching them. Hello, Lemur Studios. Thanks for coming. Good to see you here.
You're at 32
Mr.
now.
Muskie's here too. Hello. I think we first met on the Campulance Man's interview on the show.
You're at 32
Lefty
now.
I'm trying
to make you nervous. You're at 32 now.
Pardon?
You're at 32 people in here now. I'm trying to make you nervous, see?
Well, Gina. Okay, guys, I will confess, I should have never told her, but I was a little nervous before today's show. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to cut you off. I'm going to be just a mess. So just keep on trucking.
So
no, I am so glad that you're here.
I'm glad to be here. I'm honored to be here.
We got a Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs says the Redwoods through Oregon to California border to the #1 coast highway is beautiful.
It is. If you guys ever make it here, you got to go that route. It's awesome.
The bull is finally moving. Thanks for the update, Roy. We were all worried.
Roy and Becky, I love them.
Oh, I know. They are so cute. And she has so much spunk. I wish we got a little bit more of her.
Well, you gotta be kind of spunky, I think, to keep Roy in line. I mean, he's always chasing Bigfoot, man. I can just see Roy and Becky. I can just see her beating the crap out of him. Get back to the house, Roy. Go. Go back to the house.
I can totally see it. Papa Drew, we have so many Canadians going to the meetup now. Maybe not, buddy. Borders are still closed between Canada and the US. And we're going to find out on the 21st if they're going to renew that for another month or not. But so far, end of September, we still can't come across. Unless you all feel like hosting all the Canadians in your vans and RVs. And then, there was a couple of us Canadian van lifers that started talking about possibly having a meetup here in Canada. But then again, COVID gets in the way, and then it's going to be winter coming up. So now we got to kind of wait again. Right. But it's food for thought.
Exactly.
So what do you do for entertainment? I mean, you're busy all the time with your lives. You're on everybody else's. Like, you support every single person.
I try to watch everybody. Like today, I took time out this morning to watch videos that I've been behind on, like Van Life Rocks and Thomas Jordan, and I caught up on a bunch of those today. And so entertainment is changed from Hulu to YouTube. So I my entertainment is YouTube, and pretty much, and that's what I do or I go outside here and do stuff with the cats because they have a outside kitty compound. I'm out there with them a lot, or cooking outside. But yeah, as far as entertainment to watch, YouTube probably is what I do. I spend a lot of time trying to get to know people from all walks of life, all over the world, because there's no reason, I keep saying this, there's no reason that someone in, say, Vietnam that they might like my show. I mean, I've got, actually, that's why I use that one. Vietnam, I've got a guy that's been watching my videos, and he's just in love with van life. And he's been commenting on all of them. He goes, I wish I could live this way here. And so I enjoy meeting those people from different parts of the world, because I keep telling us we're only in a little pond right here. This is a little bitty pond, and this box can take me anywhere I want to go. I can travel anywhere through this computer and meet people anywhere.
True.
And that's what I am trying to create with my show, My Lives, is to bring people from there to here, here to there, to get to know new people, and they help their channel grow, and they learn something new in the world.
Well, and I like the lives that you've been doing.
Oh, thank you.
And you have, how many moderators do you have, Gina?
I need more. I have about 22. I cut it down because I didn't think I'd need more, but people can't always be there. But I think I'm going to add some more moderators back. It's a lot of work to mod, and I appreciate all my mods more than you guys know. If I could pay y'all $1 million, I would. I love it that you come over and help me for free. I've got mods in the basement trying to help me. That's usually Ardez and Meant to Be RVing. And I got wonderful mods out in the show, like Van Life Rocks, all these guys. Thrifty Angela, all of them. I have a lot of them. And they worked so hard to help me. And I'm still trying to develop the show to make it smoother. But it's coming along now. And I'm starting to see new people come in. And that's what I want to do. I mean, one day I want to be rocking it where there's 100 people in there from everywhere, from everywhere.
I see it happening. I love watching it. And there's always someone new on there that I haven't connected with. And it's a great networking thing, and it's awesome. And your voice, like the way you talk when you're doing it, I don't know. It's like you have a good voice.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm sure you probably heard that a lot, though.
And you got the music I don't think going. I do.
Really?
The music's what keeps me going. I do that kind of for me, but I find that the people in the audience like to listen to it. I mean, if you hang out with me backstage, you'll see when I'm playing music, I'm rocking out, singing to the camera, and that's me. That's naturally me. So with that music, it kind of gets me going, gets me pumped up. And I try to relay that to you guys, and hope you guys are getting up and dancing in your living room,
Well, she wants us all to dance naked. She's got this thing with everybody naked raids,
dance naked. Like no one's watching, baby. Dance like no one's watching. That's what
Gina,
I'm saying.
we have a question for you from Mr. Muskie. What are you driving? He's not familiar with that.
Okay, I drive a 1973 Chevy step van that has a 454 in it. The van itself only has 75,000 miles. The motor has 6,000 miles. I do not get great gas mileage. I never wave at a station. I always pull over and get to know them. So I never wave at a station. Yeah,
see here, terrific radio voice. Hello, I'm not the only one that says it.
Well, I'm trying to relay it. I'm trying to do these lives as I guess maybe it'd be like a podcast style. But I try to get you guys to feel good and have fun. And, you even if you already know everybody in the chat, we're listening to good music, so go grab you a beer, a shot, a cup of coffee, glass of water, whatever. Let's have a drink together and chill.
Well, it's nice, too, because in the chat, everybody's visiting with everybody else as well. It kind of feels like you're going out for coffee, exactly, with everybody that's there.
Oh, yeah.
And you're already there to welcome whoever is new that walks in.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I really like watching it for sure. We got another comment here. She could be that cool, laid back, late night radio DJ.
Right on.
Chasing America. That is exactly what I didn't have the words for. That explains it perfectly.
That I play guitar too, and when I play guitar, I like blues. I'm like a real low key. I love rock. I like to play rock. On guitar, I like to play 70s or 80s rock, but I do like to play the blues, and I like that real nightclubby sound, And my favorite singers are like Bonnie Raitt or people like that have that rasp in their voice. I love that.
Well, you were in a band, right? What?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, which part of the band were you?
I was a guitar player and backup singer.
So, can you tell us what the name? Like, can I Google the name of the band and
I've never tried to Google it. The name of the band is Hard Promise. I've never tried to Google
Hard
it.
Promise?
Yep.
Where's my pen? Somebody write that down for me so I don't forget.
I got a picture I could maybe show you here. I don't know if I can find it. But we played here like 5 years in this area. A lot of different clubs and bars, and we got okayed for a USO tour. And
Sorry.
A military tour,
Oh,
like a
really?
yeah, and it was the Mediterranean one, and then our lead singer couldn't pass the drug test. It came time,
Uh,
and we told her ahead of time, you better get it straight. So I got so mad. I owned all the equipment except the personal instruments. I owned all the stage lighting and the PA, and finally I just said I was done with it, and I wanted to travel, and so I thought, what's the next best way to see the United States is to drive truck. So that's what I went into, driving truck, and I got to see most everything that way. But this is the
what
band.
didn't
There
you
you
do,
go.
girl? Let me
This is.
see. Which one are you?
I'm the one in the hat.
Darker, because I saw that picture because we're Facebook friends, and I
Yep.
couldn't figure out for sure which one was you.
Yep. I was the one with the hat. I was the. I always wore a hat. Always. I wear hats a lot.
Yeah, good stuff. Though you have such a neat history. I just
Thank you.
love getting to know
Thank you.
it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, you drove truck. That how you learned all the mechanical stuff? Because you do a
Yes.
lot of your own work on the step van.
Yeah, I do. I was raised by my dad, so we always had farm. We were raised. I was raised on a farm, so we were always working on our trucks, and he taught me a lot. And as I got older, I learned how to do a lot myself. Like I bought a Baja, a little VW Baja, and I put a motor in it myself, and with a children's book and a lot of cuss words, I got it done. And yeah, yeah, and that's why I wanted something older. I can kind of tell what's wrong with this. If I hear something, I know what I'm listening for. That way, if I do have to go somewhere to have it fixed, I'm not getting hit in the back of the head, or hey, you need this when you really don't. So
Mm-hmm.
it's good to know.
What was the name of the band again, Gina? Sorry.
Hard promise.
Hard Promise. Did you catch that,
Mm-hmm.
Shanna? Thank you. That's fantastic. Wow. So you drove truck. You've
Yes,
been in
ma'am.
a band. I mean,
And
what
the
else?
last
A
part,
caregiver?
I was last part of 15 years of my work life. I was a care. I went from driving truck to being a caregiver. So that was quite the jump. But when I did
Yeah.
that, when I made that jump, I was like, I wasn't sure if I could do it, but I wanted to. And I just fell in love with taking care of people. Being Alzheimer's residents, in a unit, a lockdown unit, you become everything to them, their mother, their brother, their sister.
Yeah.
They don't know, and a lot of family don't come and see them because they can't handle it. But then you become a part of their ending of their life. You come a part of that last part of their life that is unforgettable. I mean, I it did a I did a whole turn of how I felt about life, taking care of them, and just walking up and putting your hand on their shoulder and saying hello, or how are you today, to see them smile. It warms you all over. When they were sitting there and they were just sad, and that was and the hardest part of it was the emotional part, because you get attached. But
Yeah.
also, when I quit working, when I had to quit because of my heart, I became very lonely because I didn't have that anymore. I didn't have being able to give something. My daughter was already grown, and so I wasn't able to give, and then that took me a long time to get past that. Um, and just seeing the smiles on their faces, and some of them that were still kind of with it, they called me. They had my number, and they would call me. And when their family would come visit them, because they could use that. Normally they won't let them call you, but they'd call me and tell me hello, and when I was in the hospital and stuff. So it was nice. I miss doing that a lot.
Wow. And I could just imagine how much joy you would have brought to everybody. Because I've done work, um, housekeeping on a unit like that as well, and it is hard. It's hard to always redirect or
Yeah.
understand that they're forgetting things, and then it's not even it's not just forgetting someone's name.
Right. 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 Yeah. Exactly. It's not just. It's like 51st dates when you work there. It's like they kind of know you when they come in, but they don't know you. They just kind of know you, and it's like every day it's something new, and that's what I loved about it. And it became real emotional. I've been through like 28, no, 32 deaths, at the end of their life, and I found, after a while, I find it was an honor to be there with them and help them cross over because, it was just like they didn't have
Oh,
nobody. And I used to sing to them. I'd hold their hand and sing to them, and it it made me a better person to go through that and be there with them, and I totally understood what was happening. It was like something came over me when the first time I really felt that I felt them, and I felt their spirit there, their presence. This little guy was crying, in his sleep because he was really close, within an hour away, and he was
yeah,
crying, and I just grabbed his hand and I sang Amazing Grace to him, and I could feel him just relax into me, just into my hand, and it just warmed me all over, and I was like, this is what I was meant to do. This is what I was meant to do, to be with these people. And so from then on, it was an amazing feeling to be able to either get them to smile or be there at the end or whatever. I felt like I was in the right spot at the right time.
oh, the world is so thankful for you, Gina.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to be a caregiver. It's not high pay. It's not easy work, but it's very rewarding in that sense.
Chasing America says, I'm gonna cry, Gina, and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
thank you, because
no,
I
don't
can
cry.
feel the tears. I'm trying to sit back a little bit from the camera, and I'm like, oh, baby, hang in there.
It's sad, but yet it's a great feeling.
It's a
You know,
beautiful thing that you can be
yeah,
with them for that part.
yeah, and I'm a firm believer in karma, and that was always in my mind. I hope someday that if I'm here, that somebody will feel this for me, because I've stayed at work even off shift and sit with them because when you're a caregiver in these facilities, you get so busy. There's 16 people you take care of by yourself. I would stay there off the clock and just sit with them, and because I didn't want them to be alone. And I learned. I think that's the way it should be. We're here to help each other, and
Yeah.
I've learned that as I've gotten older and calmer, and that our job on this world is to help each other, and I think if we do that, and then things will work out great.
Well, and now in your own way, you've incorporated that into your channel,
Yes, that's kind of where that comes from. I want to help
right?
others, and then in the process, it helps me. I help them, and I think that we can all grow together if we're all willing to reach out and help someone else. It costs nothing. This costs nothing, and
Exactly.
that's the way it should be.
Acts of service. People get sad and they feel alone or they don't know what to do with their lives.
Yeah.
Acts of service, guys. There is something so simple as even saying hello back to the Walmart greeter,
Oh
let
yeah.
alone anything
Yeah.
else. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things that we can do that can make a significant difference in someone's day that we don't even stop to do, right?
Yeah.
And so with your channel, you're helping creators. You've helped me. Oh my God, so
I hope
much.
so.
Like, even when we're behind the scenes, you're my support. I mean, I called you the other day and I was crying, right?
It's all
And
right.
I just needed a little bit of Gina's time and I got it. And so I thank you. And I
Anytime.
thank you for
Anytime.
everyone on their
Anytime,
behalf
darling.
that you have helped.
Well, I find it helps me to help somebody else. It just makes me feel better to do that. And like I said, to taking care of the old folks really changed who I was. And I knew I was made for it within the first day. And I could feel it. I feel connections with them. And
Mm-hmm.
as you get older, you don't know this yet. You're not older, but as you get older, you kind of get you kind of get a little bit more distant and from people. You're not around as many people, and I
Yeah.
was a people person as I was younger, and but it's like I realized that, and now I want to, if I can make somebody smile at the grocery store, or or tell them a funny joke at the gas station, I'm all for it. I'm down. If I can get
Yeah.
you to smile or feel something in a video, I gave something good to you to that day. I gave something good if you smiled, or hey, I got 10 subs, from watching your show. Well, all right on, I feel
Yeah.
good because you feel good. And maybe that's selfish, but that's kind of how I feel.
Well, if that's selfish, I wished I was too. Right?
Well, I think you're an awesome lady, dude. I think you got a big heart.
Hey,
I think you're
stop,
awesome.
because you almost had me to tears once in this interview. Let's not go there and do it a
All
second
right. We
time.
won't do it again. We won't do it again.
So, you guys, I probably only have time for one, possibly two questions. I just got to show this one too, because this is another family member. Thank you.
We love Van
Love
Vita
you.
too. Van Vita rocks.
Yeah, I don't put any of this stuff on my personal page.
Really?
On my personal social media, Facebook page, like that. I keep it more separate. It's yeah. I mean, I get great support, but yeah, I keep it a little bit separate. How is your family about you doing YouTube?
Well, it's just my daughter is my really only family, and she was about YouTube and the van. Like when I moved in the van, all my friends just like, you're crazy, you're nuts. And my daughter's like, rock on, mom. She's kind of a hippie girl, and when I started the YouTube channel, she's like, rock on, mom. Does she watch it? No, but
Gina, look at this, Gina. Sorry, hella artsy dude. Gina grabbed me up and did a lot instantly to help me get a grasp with what's going on with live chats and meeting and interacting with y'all. See?
I love you, hella artsy dude. I love that channel. Love that guy.
Yeah. I feel bad, you guys. I've missed so many comments in here, and then I feel bad when I pop them up because I can't see Gina very well.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I know we were going to try to keep this to an hour, and we're pretty much approaching it. Oh, look, here's your buddy here.
What's up, Maddie? I was just talking about you earlier, buddy.
Yeah.
That's my boy right there, Maddie Van Halen. Awesome.
And Shanna has been looking ever since you brought up your band, so she can't find it yet, but...
Yeah, that was back when computers were not as big as they are now. And phones, I had a phone that played Snake, so and I only had limited data on it. So yeah, it was wasn't well known, but in Grants Pass, Oregon, a lot of people knew us. I still see a lot of the musicians around town. Thinking about doing some interviews with some of them, actually.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because, then you can have some really genuine interviews because you understand more of what's going on for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand where they're coming from. It was a big deal to get a chance to play in a bar. You had to have a demo tape, and you had to do a short performance, and then you had to pay for your ASCAP to use other people's songs. And so, yeah, it was quite the ordeal. But the first gig we got was so awesome. We played at a bar in Medford, and I remember the first song of the night we did Eric Clapton, Cocaine, and oh my God, the people are rocking out in the audience. I was just like, I thought I was Bon Jovi for a minute.
That's so exciting. Like I'm feeling an adrenaline rush just trying to imagine being in that situation.
It was fun. It was quite the adrenaline rush. It was a lot of fun, and it's amazing.
Gina, do you have any old cassette tapes or anything of your music?
I do not. I may have in storage, but I didn't keep anything. It was just like, you play. We learned. We all had a pretty good ear for music, and so we decide what we're going to play on the weekend. When we had to learn, you play 4 sets with 15 songs, and so when we started the band, we just started learning songs. We played stuff like Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, Led Zeppelin, just anywhere 70s and 80s and some 90s.
Yeah.
Some 60s too, but not much.
So, because we're going to wrap this up, we just hit over that hour, but Hello Artsy Dude, a couple of people have pointed out that you had asked a question and I missed it. Would you mind just reposting that? And I think, Gina, that would be probably our last question when Hello Artsy Dude...
I have never heard of that band, but I'll check them out. I will check them out. Hey, there's Matt Van. Hey, thanks for the warm welcome. Hey, y'all, to all you party people. We love Maddie Van Halen. Like I said in the beginning, Maddie, you're one of my inspirations to this.
And just again, you guys, I want everybody to make sure they check out Gina's channel. And Van Life Rocks, could you drop your link to... you are just an amazing guy supporting all the other creator channels. It's like Honestly, Gina, it's like I got another whole side to a family.
There you go. There you go. I consider all you guys family, dude. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
no, it's
And that, and if you don't mind me saying, taking up a couple of minutes, but keeping our YouTube for me has created a different family, a different friendship, a circle, and you know that I have there's several I wouldn't call it close, but people that you relate to, that you become close to, and thank God for YouTube, because when this COVID started, um, I am kind of in a desolate area with not a lot of people, and then I couldn't go hang out with my daughter. Or they were scared to be around me because I'm older, and that's when I started doing that vlogging every day, and I started connecting with people on here, and it's been the best part of my life in the last 15 years probably. This has been so good
really,
to meet people, like being up here with you, or just being parts of other shows and getting to know people and letting them get to know me has been a blessing. And so I thank YouTube for that all the way.
huh.
Well, and StreamYard.
I wish I could just have you on here for hours and hours and hours, but I know you're a busy woman because you're always busy out there helping
On
other people. But I'm really, I'm going to take us. Did you see what Hella Artsy's dude question had been? I'm going to take a second and scroll a bit. I feel really bad.
I'm looking for it.
Oh, did Gina ever hear of a band called Dead Moon? Is that what the question was? Have you heard of that, Gina?
I have not, but I'll look them up. Are they on YouTube?
I don't
I'll look
know.
them up.
I think that's what the question was.
Thrash Metal and Fun wants to know if Dan Vita is single.
Okay. Gina already answered it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, Hella Artsy dude. My goodness. I should just bring you up again to another one of my lives so you actually get your questions
You
answered.
have a lot of fans in this audience. They're asking if you're single, girl.
Pardon?
They're asking if you're single.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Now
I
got
tend
her.
to ignore those, but thank you so much, Gina, for bringing that to everyone's attention.
I wanted to get you to that spot. I wanted to make you a little nervous.
I'm actually not in a position that I'm interested in dating anyone right now. The person that I want to spend my time getting to know at this point in my life is me.
There you go. I went through that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got big dreams. Big dreams.
Right. When you know yourself, you're ready to go. When you know yourself.
Yeah. And I think it's okay to be on a person's own.
Yeah, it is. It takes a lot of people time to figure that out. It took me a long time. I'm still kind of coming out of that, wanting to be alone, and I cut off a lot of ties when I got sick, and I didn't want to be with anybody because I didn't want to die on anybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of just cut that world away from me, and trying to get back into it now. So.
Wow. Oh, you touched my heart again, and I'm so blessed that I got to share you with everyone here, because not everyone here